Sick. Hey, we're back. Hey, everyone. Timothy Miller's here. We're in a different setting this time from our last talk down. Our last talk. But, a lot has changed in the past 11 months since my last video. I can't remember. I posted one prior, which was this really cool aesthetic vibesy video. I thought it was pretty cool. If you haven't checked it out, I'll put it up on the screen somewhere. Hey, it's good to be back. Hold on, I need to grab a snack. If you're wondering what I am having right now, I made myself some Japanese green tea, loose leaf. Had it steeped in those, those aluminum ball diffuser things. And then this is a milk cake. I don't know if we can, there you go. It's really good together. Anywho, I miss you guys. It's been a while. Let's catch up. So, what's new? I just downloaded a bunch of ebooks on my e-reader. So, context, I have a Kobo Libra 2 or Clara 2, one of the Kobos. But, I want to read more so I can learn more. So, I stumbled upon a YouTuber named Charlie Morgan, I believe. Yeah. And he is wonderful. He has some wonderful tidbits of knowledge. I've watched a lot of, self-improvement YouTubers, gurus. Name them, I probably saw them. Iman Gadzi, Hamza. Who's that one guy? Anywho, I've been there. Andrew Tate, of course. The Tates. But, special shout out to First Man. He's really good too. And Charlie Morgan hit me differently. I mean, I could say that for most YouTubers, but in this time, in this part of my life right now, his knowledge just hits so hard. The way he perceives information and how he delivers it. I don't know. Anywho, Charlie talked about how we shouldn't be looking for new age knowledge per se. And let me go into details about that. So, what Charlie was talking about in his video was how most of the information we get from these self-improvement gurus, YouTubers, and such, it all derives from the books they've read or a book that they've read about another successful entrepreneur. But that is all just filtered versions of what it all pertains to. So, I don't know, example, maybe Alex Hormozy's new book, was it $100 million offers? Or one of those two, one of the new ones that came out. That is most likely inspired by one, his own experiences, obviously, but two, the other books that he's read. And what are those books, you might be wondering? So Charlie touched on a lot of good points about studying the greatest men and women in their time. So who would that be, you think? Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, Charles Darwin. He really emphasized Charles Darwin. I really love that. Anywho, just studying, the greatest of the greatest at their time. Not the top 1% man, but the top 0.000000001% man. The most exceptional person. And that there are these books about them that no one is really reading. They're just reading, these new books that come out, these New York bestsellers type of books, but no one really touches upon, you know, well, I know we've had YouTubers, the self-improvement area, they talk about meditations by Marcus Aurelius or anything within that Greek era of Stoicism. Yeah, they've brought that up. Some financial books, yeah, there's some good books. 4 Hour Work Week is really good. I'm not done it yet, but I'm getting there. But essentially, his point was to study the greatest men and women at their time, and then you can learn from there. And so, I took that advice to heart because I realized at that moment, it was a really good call out actually, that I've only been searching for answers through other YouTubers. Not that that's a bad thing, but I never realized that there are literal millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires who are doing super well, who have their own books, who have their own autobiography, people who've invented things back in the day, those who conquered. I'm not reading any of those books, and I never thought about why I did or didn't. So that's new with the books. Books wise, that's how we're doing. Currently reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert I'm gonna butcher his name, Kiyosaki. Sorry, but so far it's a really good book. I'm just on the first chapter, or just touching the second chapter now, and it's really good. It confirms what I've been learning, what I've been self-learning all this time. And yeah, there's just so much knowledge out there to take. Now, here's another thing about reading. You can read and learn, but you also need to practice it from whatever you've learned. Maybe there's some things you don't like about a certain part in the chapter that you wouldn't do. Okay, sure, cool. But I think the one weakness I have, and maybe you have as well, is you don't take notes during your reading session. Meaning, if there's a really good point in the book where you're like, whoa, wow, this is really good, you can either, or you should, in my opinion, unless you have big brains, you should take some notes down to say, oh, I really like this because so-and-so. And I think that would really enhance your learning experience, because now you've written it, or if you type it down on a laptop or something, you have physically or digitally put it into the world, your own thoughts. So now it's going to subconsciously stay in your head, that piece of information. So yeah, I need to do more of that. I say you give it a try if you haven't tried it yet. I'll try to keep you guys updated. It's been a long hiatus, so yeah, let's just keep you going. What was my tagline at the end? I don't know if I'll do that anymore. We'll see. I don't know. I like these more chillax, planned. Well, I've been doing this for a while, but if you go back in my old videos, I've made the more edit-esque, like, oh, this is ADHD-esque style edits, and I'm not a fan of those. Honestly, I am a fan of these, these longer form, sit down, talk kind of conversations that we're having right now. And I know for me, it's not weird. I'm still getting used to talking to the camera as if there's a person there, but like I'm sure there's people watching this and they're like, oh wow, he's speaking to me. Yeah, well, I'm trying to imagine that it is you that I'm talking to. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.